Good morning, everyone. Welcome to FYI. For your information, today is Thursday, the 2nd of June, 2022, and it's an awesome day. I woke up, oh my goodness, on our way over to the studio, all raining and all of that. So I hope that you're having probably a little more cleary day, but it's an awesome day nevertheless. Welcome to credible and valuable information. Make sure that you do what you have to do. Share the live stream very early. I am your host, Joretta Fernandez. I'm starting off this morning with you alone. My co-host, Mrs. Shara Duncan, is going to be joining me very shortly. So don't get worried in the comment section. Miss Guyana 10, how are you this morning? I see good morning all coming from you. Beatrice Selby is saying blessed morning to my FYI family. I'm present. Thankful Thursday. Obviously, guys, we are also very thankful. Thank you for reminding us about that, Beatrice. I see Heaven Faith is with us also this morning. You know, that's a lovely name. That is on your Facebook page there, Heaven Faith. And I see Ricardo is also here with us this morning, and Sharon Alfonso Evans here with us. Sharon, how are you doing? Sharon says good morning to everyone here. Marilyn Lorimer says good morning, folks. Guys, we had such a good day yesterday, and today we're going to continue to bring you some very important information like we did yesterday. Yesterday was an extremely fruitful day in terms of the discussion and the information that was provided, and today is going to be no different. Hey Tessa, I see Tessa, Isaac, Grazandi in the comment section there, and Osman Hodge. Good morning to you, Osman. How are you doing over there? Guys, let me know where you're joining from. Doreen Clark. Doreen Clark is going to be with us very shortly. I see Pamela Sancharis in the comment section. Also, hey Pamela, how are you doing? And I see Seymour George is here with us. And Seymour, it is going to be a good day. I hope all of you are doing well. So I see is it Sukchan is joining us. He says rain is falling there in Berbice. Yes, it's falling down here too as well in Georgetown. So I guess this may be a little bit of showers of blessing on a Thursday morning throughout the country. I have to check in with other areas. Guys, let us know what part of Guyana you're joining from. And how is the weather there? Is it raining? Is it sunny? Let us know right now in the comment section. I see Donna McDonald joining us also, and Joy Koja. Hey Joy, how are you doing over there? Joining from Montreal. All the folks over there, make sure you do your part. Share. Marlon King is with us this morning also. Says good morning, Jaretta. Hey Marlon, good morning to you. I see Paulianne Schultz says it's raining in New Amsterdam. So yes, I guess it's raining. The showers of blessings are all over. I see Sharon Evans is saying Trinidad and Tobago, and it's overcast there in Trinidad. Paulianne, hey, Paulianne says amen. I said Janelle Lewis also says it's sunny on the west side. Well, you see, west side people have a little bit different when it's raining. Oh well, I see Carl says it's raining in Trinidad right now as well. So it's the May June season, guys, and as you would know, May June usually comes with a bit of rain. We would have grown accustomed to that weather pattern here. So as you join, guys, let me tell you, as you join, make sure you do your part. Share the live stream. Is extremely important for us to get the credible information out there to everyone. Today we have quite a bit of local news to bring to you. I would say that a lot of not so good news, but we have to bring it to you nevertheless. You know, the discussions must be had in order for us to move forward. I hear my co-host in the background saying I come in just now for those of you who can't dissect that language. You're not Guyanese, right? He's gonna be on with us very shortly. He's going to be on with us. But like I said, continue to share. You don't know how important it is for you to share, and also to make sure that you partner with us at every point. Make sure that you do your part, and we're going to continue to do our part as well. But a whole lot going on in Guyana. You know, I'm going to try to sneak in all of the little good that is being done also, because I'm a fair person, and I like to say that I'm very fair. something good is done, I say kudos. I say kudos, and I give the credit where the credit is due. But if nonsense is happening, I have to say, I have to call it as it is. I have to call a spade a spade. I'll continue to do it without fear or favor, affection or ill will. That's the oath that we took, so I'm gonna live through to that altogether. So let us know what is bothering you guys. I want us to tap in a little bit more when it comes to the hinterland regions. I want us to make sure that the credible information is being shared in those locations very much. So if you're from one of those locations, make sure that you share to your friends that are living in those locations as well, because it's also necessary for us to have information going out to the remote areas in our country right here. So, and I want to say that prior, there were so many initiatives that were put in place to make sure that communication and information was shared freely to those locations in terms of radio, and that was a big one, internet connectivity, and all of those things. There's a lot of initiatives that was pushed when it comes to newspaper, having specific newspaper designs just for those areas. You had things like the Rupununi Roundup, the Bartica Boulevard, and Essequibo Express, and there were so many others. The hinterland highlights all together that would have been bringing information about what is happening in these locations, making sure that the voices and these people are being highlighted in our country and in the diaspora as well. But it's not as it was before right now, but we will continue to do our part right here, right now, to make sure that you all get the credible and valid information. So let us know, like I'm saying, in the comment section as the comments are being released. I think some people are keeping my comments at ransom right now. But as we release the comments, make sure that you tell me where you're joining from and how it's been over there, guys. And I'm getting ready for my co-host to join. He is just about on. So just bear with us for a little while as we do that. Bear with us for 2 seconds. And we will not be repeating the comments being made in the background. All right. So as I'm going to be monitoring a little bit of what is going on in our Facebook comment section, and I see Seymour George in there and Coretta Reynolds. I see Don Cook is here on the West Coast as well, right? And I see Donna McDonough saying, I have shared the damn live stream and smashed the emoji button already. You've done your part. Kudos to you. All right. I see, yes, Margaret Nelson is saying that Sher know able. Well, I think who don't know that doesn't know Sher as well, right? So we have our own unique way of bringing information to you. And I think one of the things I appreciate the most is the feedback, the instant feedback that we get from you, our viewers, to make sure that whatever is it that we're doing is done in a very transparent way. You hold us accountable, and we're very appreciative of that all the time. I see Carol Rollins is joining us from Brooklyn, New York. Right, guys? I see that I'm not let me know how you're seeing me online, if your screen is stuck or not. Let me know how you're seeing us online, and I want a comment section to be released. As we go into into our discussion this
and believe
morning.
Believe it or not, we got some.
Yes.
We actually gonna have some.
What are we gonna have?
We're gonna actually run a poll because there's so many things happening, and we fast. Good morning, guys. We fast, so we are getting right down. We mind everybody else's business, might as well we mind our own business, right? Might as well we mind our own business as well. Good morning, folks. Wherever you guys are joining us from, good to see you, folks. Happy to be here. Good to be on with Jurija. good to be on with Jurija, and.
Well, it's always great to be on, Sheridan.
Good to have you guys here as well.
And I'm hoping that there are other folks that loves to see me on in the morning as well. So, I think we have quite a bit
without
of comments.
Question.
I see Margaret Nelson is saying Sheridan making Milo tea or Bush tea, like he's
some tea making.
Yes. Sheridan is a mess this morning when it comes to his timing. I'm going to be pulling him for fitness.
Apologies. So much happening.
Agri is saying I like the polls. I like the polls. Yeah, Agri. I know Agri is a guy, guys. Who you don't know, Agri is a guy that deals with the numbers very much so like myself. So we always appreciate the feedback from you guys as how and when. Once it comes to the numbers, let us know. The polls are extremely important to each and every one of us.
Yeah, because it's very topical there. A lot of folks have been talking about the AFC upcoming conference. A lot of folks have been talking about that and about the fact that part of the conference will be dealing with whether or not the young AFC stays in the coalition or not. Some of that, whether that is true or not, remains to be seen, folks. Whether that is true or not remains to be seen. But we can't in everybody else's business and we in our own business. So we are running a poll there. You guys can take your pick. Whether you think the AFC should stay in the coalition or not. I'm not going to proffer a view as yet. I'm not going to proffer a view as yet. But
I think it's important.
You guys can have your say as well. Because this is an interactive program that we have.
I think it's important for us to understand that when we're talking about politics altogether, politicians, it's not about, and I always say, I think my opening presentation in National Assembly in 2020, the very first presentation I made, I said I sit in a seat that is not my own, but it represents thousands of Guyanese. I think that when we go out with that understanding, feedback is absolutely necessary because we understand that we are not representing our own personal views. But any decision that is made has to be made because this is what the people want us to do. So
I see Donald McDonald's comment, and I love it in a sense because here Donald is saying that the AFC must stay in the coalition. You've gone too far to separate now. I love that. You've gone too far. It's like a couple, you've gone too far. Why can do without you now? I know you're miserable. Right? I know you're disgusting. Why can do without you now? You've gone too far. I love that.
So
I love
Anthony is asking where is the poll. I don't know if YouTubers, if they had an opportunity.
No, it's not going to be available on YouTube.
Oh,
sorry. We're going to try to run it again. We can try probably to run it throughout as we approach the conference, perhaps every day. I think we're 8 days out from the conference, 9 days out.
Well, it's going to be on the 11th.
And then it's the 2nd. So we ain't good with math.
9 days out. Yes.
9 days out, and we're going to keep running it to get a sense from you guys. What do you think should happen? This thing belongs to all of us. All of us are stakeholders in this process. Taking the future of our country seriously. All of us are involved. All of us are consumed.
Yeah, well, it is definitely the first. That's the only political party that I've ever been a part of, and I think that and so there's so much in politics that I've learned. I've grown to learn over time since 2011 to now. Quite some time being involved.
Nice.
Quite some
Thanks,
time.
Guys.
But it is what it is. But like I said,
it is what it is.
Feedback is absolutely important. So I think that is a very applicable poll at this point in time.
Yeah. So we're excited to see how, folks, make the shares look nice, man. Make the emojis look nice. Come on, make me look nice. I'm going to be out here looking thin. But good to have you. See that? Balance, right.
Balance, Charity is a little specific with these things.
But again, Twitter, it's a lovely morning. The weather is not perfect, but we can work with it. We can work with it.
That's what I was just saying earlier. It's raining. I know certain parts, I think Berbice is raining also, but West Coast is having all the having all the sun. I see Agri's asking about positions and what's going for what and what policies.
What position you like?
Yes.
Agri, don't get kinky at this morning program, What positions? Come on.
Agri's
it's a morning program. Right, it's not a late night show with positions.
But very, very important.
Yes, very much indeed.
Yes, very important internal politics and transparency altogether, and the liberal democracy that is practiced at the level of the alliance chain.
And we're going to publish,
also very important.
We're going to publish that poll before the end of the show, right there. About so you're going to get to see how the majority of you who viewing the program feel about whether the Alliance for Change should stay as part of the coalition or not. Thanks to technology, we love it. We get to work smart and not hard. Because if you have to come around to 500 in your house,
yes,
to see what was the sentiments out there,
Yeah, and so the FYI poll, I think we need to do some more polls because
Mhm.
we get very
Gail don't
very
like poll, but you seem to like polls, Rita.
no, I love the
You love a
data. I
poll.
love the data
Uh,
altogether because it just shows you directly where people are thinking. Because a lot of times, and I've had this issue, and I'm gonna just allow me to just ventilate for 2 minutes.
mhm,
I've had this issue with a lot of times persons like to give a general statement saying that, oh, everybody wants this and everybody wants that. But then you get down to the nitty gritty and you ask, but where you gathered, what was your data collection process? And then there's no data available, but persons are making sweeping statements
mhm,
as to cover a bulk, or as to say the majority of the people are in that wants this specific outcome.
mhm,
I think we need to remove ourselves from that aspect altogether and deal with raw data. This is what the
mhm.
data say. You went to the people, you present questions to them. This is
Yeah.
the response that they have given to you,
Mhm.
and you move from that point
Yeah.
forward. It's not always. I think we have to look everything up. We have to remove emotions and look at everything dispassionately. I think that's the word we've been using a whole lot in order for us to get real, hardcore,
Yeah.
raw data and move from there. It is what it
Mhm.
is. And politics is about people, the grassroots, the people have to
Yeah.
say where they want to see
Correct.
things go.
And
Yes.
just like the PNCR, the Alliance for Change has to make its decisions, have its
Yes.
elections,
Yeah.
but decisions got consequences.
Yes.
Choices got consequences. Choice you make got consequences, and elections got consequences too.
Yes, very much so.
Right. So that's the period the Alliance for Change heading into, and we know that this is a very topical issue out there. We just wanted to make sure that your voices are heard as well, right? That your voices are heard as well.
I see GT Boy is in the house this morning also, and Beryl Crawford. This is a very interested morning. I see Stephanie
Everybody
Pearson.
here, it's a big
Right?
family meeting this morning. Make the shares look
Yes.
nice. Don't just come and there. And make them emojis look nice as well. Beryl and Debbie and
I think
Stephanie.
I think we need to bring on a good day when we're dealing
Yeah,
with
yeah,
more
yeah,
numbers.
yeah, yeah. I agree need but 5 hours. He different, He's
Agree.
different. He go and do all the talking. You think it's his show. He can asking me questions. He can be asking me questions.
Yeah, but I'm noting the responses that's coming into the comment section also, and I say that just give your comment, just take the poll, all posts that are on Facebook, just click on your preference and give your response to that, so we can
Yeah.
have a very
Yeah.
uniform
So
system.
let's see where we are right now. How is it looking? Yes or no? Tell us. No, just tell us. Hmm? Thank you.
Yes, guys, as we
Wow.
continue.
Wow. Overwhelming majority says no. Don't leave. And we got right here 70% saying don't leave, 14% saying yes.
Yes.
That's how it's looking. Overwhelming. But let's see how it looks by the end of the
So
show.
we have 16% undecided.
Yeah.
So
let's see how it looks by the end of the show.
60% is
Next one?
undecided thus far.
Thank
Far,
you.
60%
Good to go.
undecided, 70% says blatant
Good.
no. So,
Wow, interesting, guys. Interesting,
Yeah.
interesting.
but
Frida.
it would be interesting to know, like, get a bit of rationale behind the yes and no also. So to get a clear understanding as to where people are thinking and how and why. So, like I said, guys, in politics, you're no way if you're not reaching out to the people and if you're not making sure that you act in their best interest and whatever they want you to do. It's not a one man thing. You can't just go forward and make your own decision. So we don't do it like that. I definitely do it. Data matters. Yes, Ari. Data matters. I see Valerie Thomas is undecided there, so probably Valerie should say why. So also, all right. So we have a lot
Very
to
good.
discuss this morning.
Proceed. You get a green light.
We have a lot to discuss this morning. We can start it at any point in time, but I want to just mention, if I could, like I said before you came on, Sharon, that I'm a very fair person.
Literally,
and so when
literally
I
fair.
I'm a very fair person. I try to be as balanced as I possibly can be in my in the way in which I look at matters altogether. And I give kudos where kudos is due. And I think I saw something good being announced from the office of the First Lady yesterday. You know, and I always leave room to say that let us look at the nitty gritty thereafter. But on the surface, I think I saw a good announcement coming out from the First Lady's office saying that First Lady raised 13 million to set up a business center for persons with disabilities. And on the surface, I say that, you know, there it seems to be okay, but let's just wait and see if it all goes well. You know, we always have to leave room. We always have to leave room there. Cups, and then there's another bit of information saying the cup beater gets 10 months jail. And I know this is something that you looked at on your on the night show as well in the ring with that video that was very crazy video that was out there. Well, the individual.
I think the cop was punched or something like that.
But I don't know if
I think
I don't know
it was assaulted.
I don't know if the punch or whatever, but it was that was very serious because he was staggering and all of that. So the individual got 10 months jail. No, but what is very interesting is a rapid course of justice in this particular matter.
There's for psych evaluation,
right? The rapid course.
Because if you can strike a policeman, something will be a little thing upstairs. Then send you for psych evaluation. Wow.
The rapid course, justice was messed out.
Things can be done in this country, though.
I am telling you, it's like I had to be digging into it. I said, no, this has to be an old story. This can't be so fast, you know.
2 years ago, he done
immediately, practically. Like what is happening with all the other cases? If there is an avenue for this swift justice, why so many cases are being dragged on and on and on? You know. If there's an avenue for swift justice, then that's what it should do. Yeah. Yes. So on the international front, let's go into the international front. And I see that it was madness inside. You know, gunman kills 4 people. That is just as crazy as it is. Very, very crazy bit of information coming out there. And
this is Tulsa in where is this? Is Oklahoma? Do we have it right? Tulsa, Oklahoma, I think it is.
But what is it?
We had Texas recently. We had prior to that we had Buffalo, right?
But what is interesting, and I don't have this bit of a graphic, but guys, if you actually go and see if you actually go out there and see the chart that actually highlights the amount of mass shooting in the U.S. for 2022, it's startling. It's ridiculous. Wow. You would not believe it, you know. Wow. And that's definitely an image we would probably have to bring to you in a subsequent program. But when you look at the chart, the actual map of the U.S. and them highlighting mass shooting for 2022 alone, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. And just goes back to the conversation again about gun laws and tightening up those and where regulations are in place, but are not being followed in so many cases. So
and all you folks. Go ahead.
And I'm just going to say we have a lot of work to do there and to make sure that we look at what is going on and make sure that we put systems in place that we don't get to that point also.
And, you know, for all the you folks who are in the U.S., you know, stay safe. I know what trepidation must be because even though we got some fighting and so on in our schools, it's not that bad. It's nothing to come close to that. I could imagine the trepidation people who have kids in the school system, right? I know how they feel for a second.
Well, it's a very concerning time for us all. Very concerning.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yes. Let's Sharon take this next one. U.S. lifts Cuba flight restriction imposed under Trump.
You know, they got a lot of stuff. You know, one of the smart things that Barack Obama did was lift the one of the things that he did was lift the embargo on Cuba. And what he said in doing so, he said he has no intention, you know, fighting things or perpetuating things that were in place long before he was barred for no good reason. Right? You know, some people feel like that, be barred. I mean, this time we can't change it. Right? And he said when you look at it, you know, time had overtaken lots of the issues. Like, why are we even in this Cold War era still? Right? And he wanted to really and truly bring some changes to the lives of the people in Cuba. And Trump had walked back on some of these things and reversed some of them. And here again, the Biden administration is lifting some of those restrictions again to kind of open up Cuba a little bit, because Cuba is on its way. You know, it's coming around into what they call, is it the League of Democracies or Democratic Nations? Something like. It's coming around in its own time, in its own pace, gradually, and that's one of the important things to know there. And so again, the Biden administration is lifting some of those restrictions. Yep.
That is correct. That is very correct, guys. And what I want to say is that when it comes to this,
Mm-hmm.
geopolitics and politics altogether, when you look at these specific things, you will remember that only recently a team actually going from the US to have discussions with well, as was planned, to have discussions with Venezuela when it comes to the oil purchase and all of that. And it reminds persons that in politics, you know, there's someone always say, one of the political people I listen to a whole lot always say, you know, in politics there's no permanent enemies. as crazy as
no
that
permanent
say.
friends either.
No permanent enemies. No, well, that goes without saying. You know, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies. But they are interests, and persons have specific interests. A nation have a specific interest, and that should be to make sure that there is better for the people of that country altogether. So whatever negotiations are done on that level of geopolitics should be for everyone thinking in their country's own best interest and the own best interest of the people therein.
Interesting what's happening. Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. I do not know what is up with Cher this morning, but he is off a little bit. He is definitely off a little bit, guys.
I know you guys heard that. It's so good. It's so good. I just give you guys a sip there.
Oh my goodness.
The big sip. Gwyneth Anderson, good to see you, and Joel Ward. All our favorite people, you know. Like, I even want to talk. I'm just happy you're here. Like, I even want to say that Naomi Drucker and Barbara Vaughan. What's her first name? Danny Ram, the fancy name. Danny Ram. Barbara Vaughan, Danny Ram, and all the other guys. Marilyn Thomas, you know, Marilyn different. Marilyn says, I love your suit. I ain't sure. I ain't let it know.
I think Alan Fernandez says, no permanent allies. Permanent interest.
Permanent interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's it.
When you
summary.
understand that.
Summary.
you move from there when you understand that.
Politics. Yep. You know, I want to preempt one of the Janelle Lewis asked why this. We different here, Janelle. I know you don't join every morning. We just different. We do things we own.
Yes.
We feel like slurping, we slurp. Full stop. Right? It's good tea. Sorry. It's good tea. You know, the issue was raised quite recently. I don't know if I have the liberty to call her name. But a young woman went to pay her car loan, right? Mm-hmm. And she pays it directly to the car company. And like, you know, she pays it into the bank, and then when it registers in the company's account, she usually asks them to send a screenshot of the receipt. And this was up on Facebook. And like, she's been behind because I think she paid her car payment since in January. And, you know, it's now, you know, going into February, and they have not sent the receipt. So she's been behind them, calling them to say, send the receipt. And then they screenshot and send her the receipt. And then, you know, the file has to have a name. The file name is cross receipt. And then they deleted it, the car company. Right? The name of the receipt is cross receipt. You know, we're different in this company. But thankfully, this beautiful young lady, has an app that you can see the deleted messages. So cross receipt. You know, hey, customer service. If people, you know, I don't understand. Why is it like you could go from a mediocre company to a great company with minimal cost.
Yeah.
Just be nice to people. Just be nice to your customers. Right? But you are spending your money, and some people make it seem as though you're begging a favor. Right? Where is that? One thing I love about the US, whether they pretend or not, one of the many things, you seem to have this one level. Any store you walk into, good morning, ma'am. How can I help you?
Yeah.
Right? Whether they're feeling good, they're feeling bad, the husband, the sweet man, whoever, you got a one level. Right? Is there anything I can assist you
because
with? Will that be all?
Because it's required.
Right? Listen. These folks here, cross receipt.
It's
You know,
required.
so we could be talking a little bit more about that on the evening program,
Mhm.
right? Cross receipt and other news.
But there,
You know.
that's an issue, because I think that what we need to go move away from is that if someone don't agree, or somebody have a different method of doing something, and that you are not accustomed to, and you
Yeah.
don't like, then immediately the person is wrong. That's not the way it is. I've been having these conversations myself, even at the level of the school. The way in which, if a parent complains, the teachers them, they feel that it's an attack on them. No, that's not the way. It When it comes to all of those situations, people have to sit down and have discussions and understand the different dynamics and move forward from there.
But you know what is strange? The school should be actually happy that here's a parent who's
That
engaging the school,
concern.
who's concerned about the
Good.
child.
So that
You
there's
know?
and there's these two dynamics. They complain bitterly about if a child does not, a parent does not show up, and you don't see the parents. But when the parents showing up, oh, this parents are always coming.
Cross spirit.
So that's what I was thinking
Cross
when you
spirit.
said that. That was the first thing popped into my head, because
Cross spirit.
that is not that cannot be the standard,
Yeah.
because we don't get anywhere with
Yeah.
that. We can't get and move forward with that
Correct.
mentality. You have to have, and you have to make rooms. And I guess because I'm always in a political environment, you learn that people come and they would cuss and scream and quarrel about so many things. But at the end of the day, you have to be the bigger person to sit down and to get the actual issue and to provide solutions. And it's never that you cannot sweep things under the table and leave it like that. You can't keep not sending the woman's receipt and expect her to be happy about it. Just send the receipt.
Yeah.
My goodness, just
yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
What
But
is
maybe
so
they got some
difficult?
rackets running there. Maybe.
Probably.
Maybe they're running a
And
racket.
probably there's a reason why she is requesting the receipt. Probably
Correct.
there was an issue prior
Correct.
that she doesn't want to
People
repeat.
say cross receipt. That's how they save the receipt. So when they send it, the title was right there. Cross receipt. Get a different folks.
Busted,
Greatest country on
right?
earth.
Busted.
Greatest
Very
country on
much
earth.
so.
So we can talk about cross receipt and other issues below in the ring tonight. So many programs we have below the belt in the ring.
Below the ring.
Yeah,
I think you
go
just said
ahead.
below the ring, right?
A little closer home, not fully home as yet. This was happening, guys, in Jamaica. The Jamaica opposition wants the mask mandate reinstated, and we thought this was very useful to us because we have an uptick back in the COVID numbers. Believe it or not, I saw overnight. I think we have it as one of the local stories. There's an uptick back in the local cases of COVID-19. And we have that in the morning. That's growing, folks. And that's why we've said from day one, we are not going back to life as normal. We will continue to sanitize. We will continue to social distance. We continue to wear a mask. It's for our benefit. It's not for you. If you all say in tongue, got on a hat and dark shades and a mask and all that, and big goggles, plus a big shield in front of my face, that's for me. Right? Don't think you're taking me out easy. I go and kicking and screaming. Right? Don't think you're going to give me COVID and hustle to intubate me 3 and 4 times one time. You understand me? So taking all the precautions. Because y'all know once people land by the place. Right? Y'all can imagine me at the COVID center. What's going to happen there? They got me alone on a whole floor. they intubate my foot, my back. Right? So this is not for you. It's for me. It's for me. I still wear my mask. I still sanitize. I still social distance. And so, but for the rest of us folks, please, Jamaica is moving in this direction. The opposition, this is Mr. Mark Golding, I think it is. And they're moving in this direction, asking the government to reinstate it because they're seeing their numbers creep up too. And we get these big parties, people cocking up the foot, backballing, and they done stugs and all out there, right? And then buys and easy. So, y'all stay safe out there, folks. Protect yourself, believe it or not. Because y'all know, you're touching by COVID center as well.
We haven't been we haven't had any comprehensive plan in place from day one. We've been saying it, persons have seen it. We have reaped the cruel reward with so many lives lost and all of that, and we are seeing the numbers going back up again. I think thankfully we don't have as much fatalities being reported as it pertains to that as yet, but we have to stay cautious, make sure that the data is available. And
it's all about data.
And I would advise, I would hope, and I would ask the cabinet as is to integrate and allow allow the education minister to have a part of this decision-making process when it comes to COVID, so that he doesn't have to come out after the fact and to be making his pronouncement, because it appears that they have these meetings without him, and that's very sad. So I'm making a plea for you there, Frank, that you be included in these meetings.
The health minister. Yep,
Yes.
yep. That being said, folks, we're still in the region, believe it or not. We're still in the region. This was happening next door. This next door. Y'all know the whole issue of Jerusalem and so on has a big issue there. Religiously, those are very contentious things. Israel, Jerusalem, and so forth. Right? The Suriname wants to set up an embassy in Jerusalem. And their parliamentarians are rejecting this idea. Again, there's a very sensitive issue.
Very.
Very sensitive. The Middle East, especially in Israel and Jerusalem and the capital and, where embassies are set up and all that. It's very, very contentious.
That is correct. That's correct.
Right? Because if you set up the wrong place, Palestinians might feel aggrieved. If you set up the wrong place, the Israelis might feel aggrieved.
Well, I think one of the things that we can mention when it comes to this, I just have to give a recap on the fact that, yes, this, and I'll start by saying that the sensitivity here is the same, and the cautiousness there, and the process altogether that they're going through. This should have been all the discussions that we were having prior to that crazy announcement that our foreign affairs minister made when he had this whole talk about setting up a specific embassy here in Guyana, and then he had to go and walk back on his words, right? Because when I think it was none other than the VP that threw him under the bus and said, you can't announce Taiwan. This was without cabinet approval. I think that was the words. You're announcing a Taiwan embassy setting up in Guyana has had forever long one China policy here. So this is the way in which it should be done, completely ventilated properly. But
in his wildest dreams, would not proceed like that without cabinet approval.
Take it from us.
Talk a little slow, a little limited and stuff. We understand. He fell on a couple times as a baby. We understand that. In his wildest dreams, he wouldn't.
Without cabinet approval.
Without cabinet approval.
He was sent to do it.
He was sent to do it. So don't come wrong with funny.
But he takes some lashes for that.
Yeah.
Can't do anything else.
So again, the Brazilian, the Surinamese, the Surinamese, they're pushing back against this embassy, the parliamentarians, against the setting up of this embassy there. Right?
But it's strange enough, because I have to mention again that wasn't something that came to the Parliament of Guyana.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. That was an announcement that was made. So it's strange to see right there. This is a big thing in the Parliament, against this and all of that.
Yeah.
When in Guyana, persons just go out there and just make announcements. This is what is going to happen, and they come back and say, no, well, that was a misunderstanding. All of that.
Yeah. Talking about Guyana, folks, this was happening closer to us. They're telling us that the second lift. Watch these words.
When you said they are telling us,
pole and lift and so on. Right? They're telling us the second lift due from the Liza Unity in 2 weeks. This take long for lift, man. This is an old rig. 2 weeks, they say. We got money, we rich people, we rich. Right?
Define we.
Right. I'll pump him, but y'all feeling it? I mean,
define we.
I'm using the broadest sense ever. We rich. We got money. Ann Kearns and Marilyn Thomas. We got money. Marilyn Lorimer. We got money. Gwen, we rich. We rich.
I say Barbara is saying that I am recouping from COVID. So you see
wow.
Barbara there in the comment section. This discussion is so pertinent, and I have to say,
Barbara, where are you joining us from?
Speedy recovery.
Let us know that. Let me see if we got to be worried. They said.
Right? Speedy recovery for that.
Marilyn Lorimer says, "Toddy the toddler." Toddy the toddler.
May know like something that. I don't know.
I think I like that. Toddy the toddler. Yep. So there's that on that front too. They said this lift. It's going to happen in 2 weeks. More money coming in.
Yeah. More money will continue.
We don't live for nothing. Money got come.
More money will continue to come in. But that's why I asked when you said, we're rich. Because when you say we, who is the we that we're so referring to? And this is the issues that we have. And as,
You think I was being French there?
Listen. Every single time we have these discussions, it is a constant reminder to me of why I have to continue to do what I'm doing, because you are seeing all the announcements, you're seeing the availability of resources that this country has never had before, and then you are seeing these monies and resources being directed into the pockets of a few people that does not give one single damn about the poor working class in this country. And when you
Yep.
see those things, and that's the realization, you got to get up and you have to come out and you have to continue to push. Because if you don't do it, you have so many persons that are dependent on you that is going to be so not just disappointed in you not showing up for them, but those persons are going to be left out in the wilderness,
You're
literally
so
out in the
true.
cold. And we
So
can't
true.
do
So
that. We
true. So
can't do
true.
that.
So true. We gotta keep fighting forward.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how the poll looking. Wondering how. But folks, we're still, on what's growing locally. The poll seems to have been holding constant.
Yes.
Holding constant there. Holding. Right. Holding
Very, very
constant. Yeah.
constant.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some interesting data as
Yeah.
we're seeing it right there.
That poll very constant. Constant poll. Right. Again, these are these are the COVID numbers I was referring to earlier on, in terms of what is happening locally. These are the COVID numbers. You see that? Check that. 206 new infections. A baby is among the 3 COVID deaths recently.
Yeah.
This thing is still here, folks. This thing ain't gone. Don't worry what them boys tell you. And you got 3 persons in ICU. So if you don't want to end up in ICU with tubes sticking out all kinds of parts, just be careful, social distance, wear your mask, sanitize. You know the protocols by now, man. Right? If you know them, you want some licks on your foot bottom. Right? On your foot bottom. Good.
I see Pamela Dover is
Tell her.
asking what poll there. So Pamela, I think that you should see it next to the comment section on your screen there.
Yeah,
You should see a
yeah.
tab there for you.
Look
to
for
take the
something that
poll.
looks like a graph.
Yeah.
That's the poll.
Yes, a bar graph. So it's
A bar graph thingy looking.
I believe. I can't
That's
remember.
the poll.
I cannot remember.
That's the
but
poll
that
for
should
you.
be it.
Yeah, yeah. What else we have?
Well, we have a lot more going on, and I was just pulling up to give direct a direct idea of where that poll tab can be found, and not.
Yep.
I'm not seeing it. With go back into the discussion, guys.
But with the big issue, the big issue is what, and this is what we've been talking about since the program started, since we've been on air in the mornings, and all the programs we talk about it, right? Is the recklessness and the carnage on the roads, folks. This is actually on the East Coast last evening. Somebody shot this in close to, I think, around UG area. I hope I'm right, but it was in the East Coast. It's a security van, met in an accident on the East Coast.
It's crazy.
I didn't get a sense that there were any fatalities. We're still looking to see some more reporting out of this. But the recklessness and the carnage continues on the road. So that's a good start. And folks, we hope that you take it easy on the road. And you all don't be like some of these men. We know it's none of y'all. Lambert and Orma Holder, right? Marlon Thomas and Candy Lynn Indigit and Currents. We hope that you all use the roads with due caution. Make the shares look good, folks. And smash that emoji for us. Recklessness and carnage on the roads continue to return.
Well, I think as I continue this specifically, because I know that you guys have been very, very consistent with following the information, and I always applaud you. But we have been saying from day one, we've been asking persons to be careful. We've been saying arrive alive. We've been giving all the precautions and the guidelines that you should be following. But yet there is so much more happening. I know very, very sad bit of information to bring to you this morning is that a schoolgirl died after being hit by the police pickup. The schoolgirl died after being hit by the police.
When and where was this?
Pickup,
this
It's and I just want
Kayla Barnabas.
Correct.
That's her name.
And I want to just read directly a piece of that report. And it says a 12-year-old schoolgirl died on Wednesday afternoon, guys, yesterday afternoon, after she was struck down by a police pickup while attempting to cross Good Fortune Public Road, East Bank, Demerara. And she was a student of the West Demerara Secondary School. And this is as crazy as it is. Wow. According to the police release, the fatal accident occurred around 15:45 hours and involved a police force motor pickup driven by a police corporal. It is as sad as you can imagine it. My prayers are with the parents of Kayla. I know this is a very, very this is going to be a difficult time for the family altogether. You send your child to school and only to receive that bit of sad news. It's crazy. I have to say, and there's no nice way to put it over, but too many times recklessness is found on every single level when it comes to road use. We've been talking about it, we have been cautioning people about it, and when you see this happening, it just shows you the magnitude of the lawlessness on the road altogether. And it goes back to something that Sherrod speaks about very often when I believe you were referencing some country in which they were going through how the roads are to be used and so forth in that study. And the pedestrians are put at the very
apex,
top of it. They are placed there because as drivers, when you see a pedestrian want to cross the road, you stop. Stop. What's so hard in stopping? What's so hard in stopping and allowing somebody to cross the road every single day? The nonsense, I can't take it no more.
Nobody takes cognizance of why you stop.
Yes.
You see people still beating on the inside, as we see here. Beating on the inside going.
Yes.
And you wonder, like,
even if you are driving, they're the 2-lane roads. You're driving, someone wants to cross the road. You put on your hazard. You stop. They're still racing going
still
past.
Beating on the inside.
They're still racing going
it
past.
It boggles the mind. The other thing that I cannot fathom, I don't know if it's here alone in Guyana, but you have an emergency vehicle. Could be an ambulance, could even be the police. Now I've seen it come, so everybody pulls over, right? Police pass or the ambulance pass, and they got people trying to beat out behind the ambulance or the police just to go faster. I don't understand it. So behind the ambulance, we got 12, 15 cars racing. They got no interest with what happening in the ambulance. It's just they find a quicker route. Only in this country. I shouldn't say only. I'm assuming maybe it's the only country where this kind of stuff happens.
Listen to what we have going on right now on the roadways. We have people drinking and driving on the roadways, people just being reckless on a daily basis. You have buses doing their own thing as though God put some shining light over them and they are somewhat immune to accidents. That's how they operate. They operate as though the drivers, sometimes I say they operate as though they have 9 lives because they think they could just, expend one at any point in time and they got another one going. You have private vehicles utilizing lights that should not be on those vehicles.
Security vehicles.
Racing through traffic recklessly on the road every single day. Nobody's putting a stop to this. We had a traffic department, I believe it was the head, issuing a statement when it comes to that, that's saying that vehicles are out there with blue and red light. That should not be. Not once did you hear them get pulled in. Not once did you hear those things get stripped. No charges whatsoever. But you were in traffic and you see them coming bullying their way through the traffic and all of that.
Where's I see a sore point. You have on the East Coast, because it happened on the East Bank too, but at Ogle Road to get into the airport, but from the East Coast main road, that junction there, especially when you're coming down on both sides, and also at Conversation Tree on the highway, right? The 2 cars waiting to get to the light, and the buses are so accustomed to beating on the inside. 2 cars, they can't be the third vehicle waiting for the light
because it's just lawlessness.
They're beating the inside and come apart.
It's lawlessness. That's all it is. And you dare tell them something.
Right.
You tell them something.
You know what? And Luxy, you know this is true. When you're coming down the East Coast, you're coming around, where is this? Where do you have Starlight driving? Around that turn there. I can't remember. Atlanticville? That might be, no, Atlantic something there. Where do you have Starlight driving? It's now Massey. They got Massey. You come around that turn there, you always got some policemen right around that turn. That's a wide turn. They're always there with a gun, waiting for you. They should go by Ogle Road there or go down by Conversation Tree.
When it comes to, with all of that, when it comes to the matter at hand, when it comes to pedestrian and the courtesy that should be given.
I'm happy you circled back to that. I'm very happy.
You have to.
The pedestrians are the apex of the road usage, mobility. They're the apex. I've seen with my own eyes, to my amazement. I felt like I was in heaven, right? You see pedestrians, people would come and stop and wait, right? The road clear, they could go quick, but they wait for that woman with that pram, with that baby, for that man with that bicycle to cross. Wait, nobody blowing. I've been in traffic, 6 lanes on both sides of the road. The light goes green and nobody honking. Me here, the light, me here, car horn once in 1 week I spent in Colombia. People come up to the traffic light, the light says green, and they go. The light says red, and they stop. You could get a car 20 cars back at the traffic light here. 20 cars, he know he making that light, but he's still blowing. The light says green, he blowing. You know you making that light, and he blowing through. The light, the second the light says green, the second the man blowing. Right? And you gotta get some racing car to go from 0 to 80 in under 0 point something. How they want you to move off speed. It's madness in this country, and that is responsible for some of the carnage. That's responsible for some of the carnage.
But when it comes to but it's so bad that school children in their school uniform, persons don't have the common decency as a human being, as a driver on the road, to stop for a school child to pass, to walk over. This is not a micro issue. This is a very macro issue on the roadways. Every single day, the school children have to be running across the road, you know, like they're running for their lives because the drivers are so damn reckless on the road. One person slow down, but they have to run before the next one comes to try to run them over. It is chaos.
You're safe
on
nowhere.
The roadway.
The pedestrian crossing nowhere. You're safe.
And I want to say, and I have made this point, and I'm going to make the point again, that unless you put a financial cost to those things, people don't understand. Unless you make it in such a way that they will feel the squeeze in their pockets, they will not stop that behavior. Unless there's a system in place that persons, when reports are being made of the recklessness, that there is a hefty cost attached to it, and fines are so hefty that they will be suffering to pay it. Basically, they're not going to change their ways. Everything has to be looked at that level. It has to be a process of attaching a cost, something that will stop them, that will make them think again, hey, I don't have this money to pay if somebody makes a report for my lawlessness on the roadways and all of those things. But as it is right now, persons are doing pure craziness. They are continuing to do it because the system in place allows them to get away with it.
True and correct. And there's another issue that you're following with this gentleman who was knocked down. Carnage, recklessness on the roads. Talk to us about that.
Well, guys, listen, and I think we have some bit of footage when it comes to that as well. But there is a situation that I'm following also, and that we're going to bring more context to this discussion. Probably try our best to get have a conversation with the sister of the individual. But I'll just give it in a nutshell that this individual was the reports that are coming in, let me put it in that fashion. The reports that are coming in is that an individual was struck down by a car. And then eyewitnesses are reporting that the driver for the car picked up the person and put the person in the trunk of the car. I think they're saying that it may have been a wagon because of the description given. And to leave to go to the hospital with the individual. When the sister of the person was notified and went to the police and they checked all the hospitals, no one ever came with the person to the hospital. Wow. So as of right now, that person have been missing. I believe the driver or the owner for the vehicle was identified and taken to the police station. That individual, I was made to understand, is out on bail, but saying that they did not have possession of the vehicle at that point in time. But I want to bring some of that footage because this is something that I'm going to be weighing in.
And what's the footage are we going to be looking at?
Well, the footage that we're looking at is that it is the sister of the person that was knocked down. She was being interviewed there because they had a vigil. This woman has been out, and she has been literally searching the road corners and the trenches looking for her brother's body. That's what she's saying.
Because the man never met the hospital.
Because the man never met the hospital. The man never met the hospital. Very, very insane bits of information, I would say, to say the least, coming out of this particular situation. But guys, you have to have a listen on this matter. Very serious.
Please and thank you.
Secondary school. Coven John Primary School and Secondary School. He was also part of cleaning up of the Breakdown Police Station when it was burned down. And at present, he was part of building of Lusignan prisons. So I would say that my brother contributed a lot to the country. That is why we all should mourn him if he's dead. So far, I can only say that he's presumed dead. I have no confirmation as yet. So that is my little piece of information that I want to share with the country.
Okay, this is Prime News going live, and we are here at the Enmore Public Road, where we are going to bring you some of the comments from the people here, including the sister of the now missing and presumed dead person, Reynald Williams. So, Mom, could you give me your name, please?
My name is Sylvie Williams.
And where do you live, Miss Williams?
I'm presently living at Enmore.
All right. And Miss Williams, when last did you see
I'm originally from Paramakata Village in Region 8.
And your brother is also from there too?
Yes, we all grew up there, but he was living by me, and that until that fateful night.
All right. What can you tell us that you know now from the police or anybody about what happened to your brother and what has happened since then?
Well, I can say that I'm very grateful for the police response, because within 15 to 20 minutes they were at my house, and they took me to the hospitals to check for the body in case it arrived there. And then the very next morning they found the car that was involved in the accident, and I was very grateful that they did all those things in a very short space of time. And then during that week, they were doing investigations. They called me to the police station. I took the boy to the police station. They took statements in front of me. And then the last I was at the police station was on Saturday when the eyewitness was put on ID parade, and the police told me to wait after the ID parade, and I waited for them to come to speak to me, but they did not. All I was told is, "Madam, we're finished with you, you can go home." And since then, I haven't gotten any updates as to what is happening. I called, I messaged, but I haven't heard any new developments since then.
Okay, who was this boy whom they spoke with? That was the eyewitness?
He was my brother's friend.
And he was the witness to what happened?
Yes, he was the witness to what happened.
Do you know have you seen this person whom it is suspected is the owner of the car?
No, I haven't. I do not know if I saw the person right, but I saw him from behind.
Okay.
Being escorted by a police that very Saturday night.
Where? At the station?
At the station.
Which station is it?
Police station.
And do you know who he is? Or
I do not know who he is.
Do you have a name, anything to go on?
What I heard was that the owner for the car was Daniel Melbourne.
Daniel?
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yes.
This is 10 days now since the accident occurred. What or how has the family dealt with this matter?
There is no family for Reynald Williams in Enmore. I'm the only family. I'm the only family for Reynald Williams at Enmore. His family is in the interior. All my brothers and sisters are in the interior. I'm the only sister here. I haven't been doing much. I was just searching through the road corners, through trenches. Up to this morning, I was at Haslington South trying to inquire if anybody saw the suspected car, but to no avail.
The eyewitness, he is said to have, it is reported, the eyewitness is reported to have said that he saw when the man put your brother into a car trunk, and also that a woman from another minibus helped him. Do you know whether that the eyewitness was able to identify who put your brother into that car?
According to the eyewitness, that's very good. All he could have said when I brought him out here is that the car that struck him down, the driver of the car that struck him down, put him in the trunk part of the car because it wasn't the trunk, you know, that new model car
Wagon.
that it was a wagon. So they put him through the back part of the car.
Okay.
And all he could have heard was that they're taking him to the hospital, to Melanie Hospital. That was what the boy said.
And Melanie is in which direction?
Melanie is heading down to Georgetown.
Over Georgetown. And there was a bit of confusion about where they headed eventually. What did the eyewitness tell you?
The eyewitness did not see after then because he had to run over to my side to inform me what has taken place.
Okay. If obviously somebody had to know where your brother is or where his body is, what can you tell him? If you had a chance to talk to that person directly through the cameras, what would you tell them? What do you want to tell them?
My wish was that if I had seen the person on the accident scene or at the hospital, my wish was to tell him that, okay, it was accident. I know you struck him. It was accident. It was not intentional. And I forgive you for what you did. That was what was going through my mind. But now that I have not found my brother's body, it has gone to another level that in my mind I'm saying, am I going to forgive him if I see him? Of course I will. But if he's ever seeing this this broadcast through the television, or even hearing it through the radio,
or even on Facebook,
or even on Facebook, come out with my brother's body. If you're fearful, still say through somebody where the body is.
a lot of people are looking at our live broadcast at this time. If you have to, could you give them a number that they can call you where if they have any information they could share with you?
Call me on 690-5643. I will really appreciate that.
And your name is?
Sylvie Williams.
All right. Ms. Williams, tell us a little bit about your brother. And this is to get the people to know him. Who is your brother? What kind of brother is he like?
My brother is very jovial person. He is very helpful. He's very hardworking. He's always vibrant. He's always on the call.
Earlier I heard you speaking about the various projects he's worked on. So this is not a lazy person. This is not a layabout. This is not a person who is sitting waiting for somebody to give him something. Obviously, he's also earning his own bread. Does he have any children?
He has 2 daughters living on the West Coast.
On the West Coast?
Yes.
How old are they?
One is about 24 and one is 22.
Okay. And if you have any words for the police, what would be that? The police, the Minister of Home Affairs, anybody? what can you tell them? What can you ask of them?
What I want to ask the police force and anybody in the government, in the system, we are Guyanese. I'm here in front of the camera, not as a politician, as a citizen of Guyana. I call on the politicians, I call on the police force, I call on any organization seeing this broadcast to put their foot forward in order to help the citizens, because too many a times I've heard cries of victims or families of victims calling for justice. But I've never heard anybody at the policy level to actually talking about addressing such issues within the country. What I've heard many a times is just accusations thrown against each other. But we as Guyanese, whether we are black, yellow, green, or brown, we are the citizens of Guyana. We should be protected. We should be served the way we should be. And that's all.
I know earlier you said you fear your brother is dead, given that no word has been heard of him. What can you tell anybody? I know we asked people if they have any information. Would you want to repeat that number for us again? If they have any information, which number to call?
Call me on 690-5643, Sylvie Williams.
All right. Did the eyewitness tell you what sort of injuries your brother had?
He was so shocked that he did not know what serious injuries he got, but all he could have told me was that he had a broken arm. I believe it was his left arm.
All right.
And the bone was pushing out. That was what he told me.
At the time of the accident, where were they? They were just going home from work, or what? What was it?
Well, I had sent my brother to drop off my smaller sibling, my younger sibling, to the Amrinian hostel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was raining that day, so he could not have come back on time. He waited till the rain stopped falling, but rain continued pouring, so he waited till he no longer wanted to wait. So he caught a car, he hired a car from Amrinian hostel to the park, to East Coast Park. Waited for bus, but there was no bus for them to come home with. So they hired another car to come to Enmore. And that was what brought them and dropped them off in this corner.
In this area?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Williams. But we will talk to the other people right now on this picket line. We have a small crowd with some placards here. And of course, the traffic is going back and forth. So we'll try to see how much of the people on the picket line we can get. We have the little ones and the older ones all here on this picket line tonight. Everybody's, the ones who have a placard is asking for justice for Reynald.
I'd really like to just have a say there. What I'm asking for tonight as a human being, please, the person who have committed this act, please give these people their body. I'm pleading to you, be a human being, be a man, be a real man, and give back these people their body. Don't go through with it like that. Free yourself and give these people their body. I know it's better, it's a real man talking to you. It's better to free yourself than keep it a secret. It cannot be a secret. Give these people their body, please. I'm asking you. A real person talking to you. Give these people their body, please.
Thank you, sir. There you have it. One of the people on the picket line asking the person who who is responsible for Reynard's death and the secretion of his body, or the
Yep.
Wow. When we
Wow,
talk
indeed.
about lawlessness and what is going on in the country,
Wow, indeed.
that's what we mean.
Wow, indeed.
Every single day, and I want persons to know it. You know, this accident was said to have happened on the Monday the 23rd of May. You know, to date, nobody has been found.
Wow.
To date, nobody was reported being taken to any hospital or anything like that. Right? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
That's sad. That's sad on so many levels, you know. That can't be who we are.
No, it's inhumane.
You
And I
knock
think
down somebody,
the individual that made that plea there, he's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You know?
you knock down somebody, you pick up the body, you say you're going to take him to the hospital. And then you just never meet, and that's it. You know, that's it. That can't be it. That can't be who we are at all. Can't be.
We definitely have to do better as a people. And I want to add to the call and the plea, as that woman, you know, Renald Williams, his sisters making a plea. Also, we see neighbors and persons that are joining with her to make the plea that whoever has information, just come forward, give the information.
Yeah.
You know, these
Please
things
and thank you.
These things are very important
Please and thank
to
you.
have closure to, and just give the information. If you know, if somebody was involved in it, you know, you can't possibly live with yourself comfortable and sleep comfortable at night being involved in something like that.
Dump somebody body.
You know,
somewhere.
you can't. Where is the be human? You know, and I always say when people are acting a certain way, I think that they fail to realize the repercussions of their actions. And I am religious as I need to be, and I'm a strong believer when it comes to, you know, the sins of the father and that would fall on the children and all of that. When with all of those things in mind, you know, do the right thing. Do the right thing. You know, you don't want to have generation curse in your family because of such blatant inhumane actions altogether. So just do the right thing.
And you know, really and truly,
do the right thing.
they might have been in the right initially, but they've made it so much worse now.
Yes.
You know, as the woman said, it could have been.
She said she was so, you know, it could have been an accident.
I wanted the word innocent,
you know?
accident, but it could have been an accident.
Could have been an accident. But no, you literally
They've made it so much worse.
Who determined if the individual was even dead?
Yeah.
You know, who did that? You know.
Yeah.
That is a bit of craziness.
Different.
That is a bit of craziness.
Folks,
that
make the shares look nice, make the emojis look nice for us, and I think we want to circle back to our poll. Me and my rubber band again. We want to circle back to the poll. Are the guys going to let us know? Are the guys going to publish it for us? The poll, right? Publish it for us and let the folks see how the poll did. All right, publish it for us. Something there that says, yeah. And you should be able to see it, folks.
Yes.
I actually went up by a percent. It says 72% of the persons we polled this morning, 72% of you watching us, said no, don't leave the coalition. This is the poll we ran saying that should the alliance change, leave the coalition. 72% of you said no, 13% said yes, and 15% said they're undecided. We are no. We are no. You know, 15% says we don't know, we're undecided. 13% says yes, 72% says no. That's something.
That is a start. That is a start. And I think as the day progresses on, we should be doing a little bit more of this polling And when it
Yeah.
comes to that specific question,
Yeah.
to see how we
Take
get
take
to
a
come in.
snapshot for us so we can see how it does on the different days.
Yes.
Take a snapshot for us, right? We know the poll, you know, it's people good with poll. Y'all saw the poll? Did you see the poll, the results show up at your end, guys? Did the results show up at your end? Please let us know. Candy and all the other folks, let us know if the results showed up at your end. Candy and Pamela and Naomi Drucker, Daryl Dotson, Diane Graves-Zandy. Let us know if you guys see the poll at your end.
Oh, yeah, the results is on Facebook. I just double checked myself.
Oh, you double check.
So, and if you see it there, guys, you will just see see a graph there, a graph icon.
Yeah,
just
correct.
Just click on it, and you're gonna get the results right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Click if you're on Facebook, and again, this is my Facebook page. You can see it. Sorry.
Yes.
On my Facebook page, it's shared every dog. If you're watching us there, you can see the poll there.
Correct.
I don't think it's across all of the pages we stream.
Okay, got you.
I don't think.
We don't know. We
Yeah.
have to check that out.
Yeah.
But today,
Joking says yes, I saw it.
Okay, great. Yes.
Dennis Bowen Timothy says yes, I saw it. Natasha Charles says yes, I saw it. Gwyneth Anderson says yes, I saw it. Alexis Thompson said no, she didn't see it. Alexis, your foot short. You put her your hand.
Well, everybody else saw it except Alexa. I think Alexis needs to go.
Correct, is right.
So Diane says she already voted, and all of those persons there in the comment section. So
Good,
very important. Thank you
good.
so much for the feedback when it comes to that bit of information, and we'll continue to do more polls. So we want to know where you stand and where your thoughts are on these matters.
Yep. It's making it interactive for you guys, giving you guys passionate discussion.
That is correct.
I think that's our time.
That's our time, most definitely. You know, as we say, and we're going to leave on a note based on the big issue that we've been discussing this morning.
Somebody says, I saw it, but I'm confused. I don't know if at your end you can see the percentage, but a good deal of persons. Let me see who says that. Senator Rampart says, I saw it, but me confused.
All right. And so I guess we're going to be going back to that a little bit more later in the day also. Yeah. But guys, most definitely, we thank you for joining the broadcast as we do every single day, and we are admonishing that you be extremely careful.
Slow down.
Do not be in a hurry.
Cautious.
So much in a hurry that you are just relaxing all common decency when it comes to driving altogether. Yeah. Do your part. Make sure that you are careful. And I say today I have to end by saying our sincere condolences to the families, the relatives, the persons that have lost their lives to road accidents, you know, and specifically to the school, the 12-year-old schoolgirl that lost her life only yesterday afternoon. When it comes to the situation that we were just discussing through that video, nobody was found, so nothing can be said of that matter as of right now. We continue to ask you to be careful, arrive alive, make sure you are safe, be cautious, be responsible. I beg, come on, do what you have to do to make sure we provide a safe roadways for yourselves and other road users.
Make the shares look nice, folks. Make the emojis look nice and party with us. You all know we got to keep the lights on and the door open. We are available via Cash App, via Zelle, via MMG, PayPal as well. And we're available via MoneyGram and Western Union. You know, it's because of your love, support, and your generosity that we keep going. We're totally publicly funded by you guys, and we're so grateful for that. So please remember to partner with us so we can keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah. And any information to that, 627-6963, make sure that you send your message so that we can further advise you and give you guidance as to how you can partner through which avenues you should be using. that is so true. Fast learner.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We're going to see you guys back at 12 when we below the belt. That's it.
Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day. See you guys later.